In 2016, the Surgeon General reported 1 in 7 Americans will face substance addiction. He doesn't seem too far off. Opioid dependence can happen just after 5 days. Common opioids: Percocets, hydrocodone, Oxycontin, Vicodin, codeine, morphine, heroin, even fentanyl. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, most individuals who abuse drugs have jobs and are productive members of society. That often creates a false hope in the family by stating, "It's not that bad." The problem is that addiction tends to worsen over time, hurting both the addicted person and the family members. Opioids is a general term for narcotics that chemically interact with opioid receptors on the nerve cells in the body and brain. Opioid pain relievers are generally safe when taken for a short time as prescribed, but because they produce euphoria in addition to pain relief, they can be misused. Regular use, even as prescribed by a doctor, can lead to dependence. And when misused, opioid pain relievers can lead to addictions, overdose incidents, and death. But hey, don't worry. This video will provide some assessment questions you, a friend, a colleague, or even a family member can use when self-assessing if you have an opioid use disorder. 1. Are you taking opioids in large amounts or over a longer period than was intended? For example, if you started out taking 1 or 2 Percocets every 4 hours for a toothache, but now you're taking 1 or 2 Percocets every 2 hours and for about a month, the answer is yes. Number 2, are you experiencing a persistent desire or unsuccessful effort to cut down or control opioid use? So have you attempted to stop on your own? Maybe you said something to the tune of, "Today is my last day," but you continue to use? Answer yes. 3. Are you noticing a great deal of time is spent in activities necessary to obtain the opioid, use the opioid, or recover from its effects? For example, if you initially used recreationally as a party drug, but now you're seeking the said party drug when there aren't any parties and you're alone, then the answer is yes. 4. Are you experiencing cravings or strong desire or urge to stop opioid use? A person will feel a strong need, desire, or urge to use opioids despite negative consequences, and will feel anxious and irritable if he or she can't use them. Cravings is a primary symptom of addiction. 5. Are you struggling to fulfill major role obligations at work, school, or home? Many people experience a lack of energy and decrease in productivity when they stop taking opiates. 6. Are you experiencing opioid use despite having persistent or reoccurring social or interpersonal problems caused or exacerbated by the effects of opiates? For example, maybe a colleague, friend, teacher, or significant other has expressed concern about your use and its effects on your productivity. If so, I'd answer yes. 7. Are you quitting or reducing social, occupational, or recreational activities because of opiates? Is your ability to attend work or baseball or football practice determined by your ability to have a hydrocodone or another form of opiate? If so, then the answer to number 7 is yes. 8. Do you find yourself using opiates in situations which are physically hazardous? And 9. Are you developing a tolerance? You keep taking opioids after it's no longer needed for a health problem. You feel strange when the drug wears off. You may be shaky, depressed, sick to your stomach, sweat, or have headaches. You may also be tired or not hungry. In severe cases, you could even be confused, have seizures, or even run a fever. If so, then the answer to number 9 is yes. I'm here to inform you opioid use disorder are treatable. If you're taking opioids and 2 or more of these assessment questions appeal to you, psychotherapy may be of great use. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Speaking to the right people who truly care will help you. For more information and referrals, or even consultation, please reach out to the email below.